Despite its puzzling box office success and current resurrection on Netflix, many people consider Robert De Niro's performance in Dirty Grandpa to be the lowest moment of his acting career. The movie, which relies heavily on gross-out humor and received negative reviews for being particularly unfunny upon release, has now become one of Netflix's most popular titles. It appears highly improbable that a sequel to the Bowdy 2016 comedy would ever be developed, despite Hollywood's propensity for producing sequels that no one asked for based on their expected profitability. In the television series Dirty Grandpa, De Niro portrays the cunning Kelly and Zac Efron plays his grandson as they travel to and through Florida's spring break period. The Dirty Grandpa cast is completed by Aubrey Plaza, Zoe Teosh, Julianne Hough, and Dermot Mulroney. Danny Glover also makes an appearance as De Niro's former army comrade. The film's substantial star power did nothing to appease the ire of critics and viewers, who were generally critical of the film's coarse humor and upset that a screen great like De Niro was involved. Even if box office and streaming success may undoubtedly do a lot of the heavy work when it comes to making sequels happen, there are simply too many other obstacles in the path of Dirty Grandpa. First and foremost, it's pronounced that De Niro wouldn't be eager to make a comeback. The fact that the first movie was so awful that it hurt his image led the legendary actor to decline to conduct publicity for it is not unexpected. Both critics and viewers questioned why an actor with experience and reputation would voluntarily sign up for a comedy that relied heavily on mocking minorities and shock humor after seeing the film. Given that Dirty Grandpa had a $25 million budget, its $105 million domestic box office haul was unquestionably a triumph. In many circumstances, that would be sufficient to offset any favorable reviews, but Dirty Grandpa received nearly uniformly unfavorable reviews. On Rotten Tomatoes, it has an unbelievable 10% critic rating, even with a 44% audience rating that is often tolerant. 4 Golden Raspberry Awards were nominated for it, including one each for Worst Picture, Worst Screenplay, Worst Supporting Actress. For some reason, both Aubrey Plaza and Julianne Hough received nominations, and of course, Worst Actor for De Niro. Even if the creator convinced De Niro to return, the criticism wouldn't support a sequel. Even if everything was in place for a sequel to be approved, it shouldn't happen. The use of racism and homophobia as a gag in Dirty Grandpa drew some of the harshest criticism, since these topics were all perceived as repulsive and inherently unfunny. Simply said, there is no need to return to that type of comedy in any film, much less to carry on with a plot many people deemed the worst of 2016. Another issue with the sequel is that although vague and undeveloped, the plot only had promise because of the actors involved. A romance road trip comedy starring Robert De Niro and Zac Efron attracted a sizable audience, including perhaps streamers as of late. When De Niro is absent, all that is left is a very simple comedy with little appeal. Everyone involved, from De Niro fans to Danny Glover himself, is better off without a follow-up to Dirty Grandpa, because the film was so terrible for so many reasons.